Hello, this is Blair from Drain Doctor. We're just at number 5 Anderson Grove in Epuni, basically up the left hand side of the house, coming through the gate there, up towards the back of the property, and we're just going to go down the toilet access point, basically Y junction, with the access lid on the top, so the screw cap. So just going to go down there and basically just check the drain. So it has blocked up in the past, and it is PVC, so it shouldn't really block up. It doesn't really have a reason to block up, so you can see why. It's 100mm PVC. Bit of fat there, as you can see there. Got a bit of a lip there on the plastic. Nothing too bad though. Okay, so it all looks like PVC above ground, and then that goes into earthenware, so it could possibly be tree roots, but we'll soon see. Does look like there was a lot of fat build up on the side of the pipe. This is the 100mm earthenware drain now, clay pipe. Okay, so there's the left hand junction there, coming in the top, and that's basically picking up the gully down the side of the house towards the front of the house. Okay, now it does go out towards the manhole. I just looked at the previous notes, and it did say that it came flying through the manhole when it was unblocked, so it's a good sign. Okay, so 6.5 meters down now, and no problems so far. Slight dislodgement here, nothing major though, nothing too bad. So far so good, not too bad for old pipe. Definitely no reason so far why it should be blocking up. Looks like it has quite good fall on it as well, going off what the camera angle is. Doesn't look too bad. There's a leaf right there on the left hand side. It's not a crack. I actually thought it was a crack to start with. Okay, so now here's the inspection. This looks like the boundary inspection, which is usually just inside the property. Still so far so good. It's in pretty good condition for its age, considering the how it's blocked up before. And basically the only thing really wrong with it so far is just the fat build up on the sides of the pipe, which really isn't nothing really major and nothing to worry about. It's not cracked at all or nothing, which is pretty surprising. So it's 16 meters down now, so we should be nearly out the front of the house now. That inspection actually could have just been an inspection inside the boundary or inside the property, and not actually the boundary inspection. Okay, so on the left hand side here there is a crack on the left hand side of the pipe, but again that's still not too bad considering it hasn't actually dropped at all. It's just a crack in the pipe so far. It hasn't actually fully broken. So it's still smooth at the bottom of the pipe. Okay, here we go. It's starting to hold water now. this here could be the boundary inspection right here, which is 18.9 metres, and this section is partially underwater, holding water, so it is got a bit of a dip in the line, and that definitely could be causing it, just because everything will just get stuck there and just sitting there, and have to try and build up a bit to flow away. So I'm just going to carry on. Okay, another inspection here at the top of the pipe. It does drop down into that pipe there as well. There's the inspection there, and that there doesn't look too good either. Okay, so it has dislodged partially right here, and definitely broken as well, so it's not a good sign. It's 22 metres down. Okay, again it's broken here as well. There's actually a hunk out the side of the pipe missing, so it's gone inside the drain, and that is broken. And then it goes into 100mm PVC, which will probably be just before the main. That joint there is good. That joint there isn't so good because they've used the plumb quick by the looks of it. The rubber sleeve. Another rubber sleeve there. Back into earthenware. Bit of a drop there. Not too good now, but and again another drop there too. So it's dropping the right way though, but still it has come separated from the top. So 25 metres basically, and we're at the main. So I'm just going to pull it back now. I may mark the broken section, and even that drop piece there. Like, if you were going to get it fixed, I'd be ripping out all of that just to make sure it's all done properly and good, because there's even a crack there at the top of the pipe there, and this is where the big hole in the side of the pipe is. So even before that, you'd probably replace this section probably about 5 metres, but just I'm going to quickly locate it just to see where it is. So I'm going to turn the voice off, and I'll be about a minute or two. Okay, sorry for the delay. There was just a little bit of frequency interruption, or interference I should say, with the power. It's right next to the power pole. Has been here before. It's 0.96 metres deep, and it has been dug up in that same section, so that may have been caused due to that. It may have gone through the pipe there. So I'm just going to pull it back and just quickly have a look, because even there you can see the pipe's disaligned a little bit. Again, I'm just going to pull it back till when it's good. Okay, so it starts holding water at that joint right here. So I'm just going to mark this joint right here, just so when it starts holding water. Okay, so at this point here it's 0.92, and it's just in the grass inside the section, and that's the point there where it starts dropping and going underwater, as you can see. So there's a flat spot in the drain, or basically a bowl in the drain, where it has sunken a little bit. It's nothing too major, but it can cause problems. There's a boundary inspection will be that one there. It partially comes up out of water, and it carries on. A little bit of a misaligned join there, nothing major. Carry on. Okay, inspection there, and there's the break in the pipe and the disalignment there. It's the first break, not the bad one. Carry on. Okay, and there's a big hunk missing outside the pipe right there. So I'm just going to push it all the way to the main now. Basically get a mark at the main, because even these joints here, they're basically just joined together with plumb quicks, which is not really that great, and doesn't even really butt up to that either. So there's lips in there where you can see the toilet paper's getting stuck. Okay, and then again there as well. So I'm just going to mark this here, right here, and get a depth there. Okay, so at this point here we're actually in the neighbour's driveway, where it was into the main, and is 1.03 metres deep. But if I was to replace this, I would, instead of digging up the individual sections, I'd probably try and see the options of replacing outside the property. There could be an option, don't quote me on anything, but there could be an option that the council may pay for the pipe outside the boundary, and at the same time, if you pay for your pipe inside the boundary to the point where it starts dipping, then you'd have the whole new section from the main up to the point where, because that there is actually outside the boundary right there, and they have actually done work out there in the past. So I'm not saying it's definitely because of that, but it is probably because of that. I'm just going to quickly mark this bend here, just so I know exactly where it bends, but I'd be replacing that whole section outside the boundary to the main, to the junction, to the main, and then back inside the boundary from where it starts going underwater and kind of has that bow in the line. And then after that, you won't have any problems at all. It should be fine, and it'll just be general maintenance of the earthenware pipe. So I'm just going to quickly mark this here, and then it's going to be the end of the recording, and I'll pull it out slowly. Okay, so at this point here, the bend is 1.13 metres deep, and it's just inside the boundary fence. Only just, probably about 200 mil, if that. So I'd be replacing it from the main all the way back. Even though there are little sections here where the pipe isn't too bad, and it's actually pretty good, like that one there, it's probably a bit pointless, because this here is all in grass, so you'd be silly not to release the whole lot to prevent that backfill, so it doesn't hold water, as you can see at the bottom of the pipe. So I'd be replacing it from that point right there, about the 18.3 metre mark, all the way to the main, which is about 7 metres roughly. So it's not too bad. The rest of the pipe isn't too bad. Oh, there you go. Probably replace it from there actually then, because you might as well get rid of that there as well, because that there is not too good. Okay, I'll just quickly mark that there, just in case that is an option to replace it, and if that is what's wanted, then at least you Okay, so at this point here it's 0.89 and it's only about a metre and a little bit back from the other point where it starts backfalling, so it's not actually too bad. It's not real far back, but the rest of the pipe is actually not too bad condition for its age, as I kept saying before. The rest of the joints, it's quite smooth. Right there, it does look like a crack, but it's not. It's just a bit of dirt, or fat build up. But the rest of the drain is quite smooth and quite good, as we had a good look on the way down, nice and slowly on the way down. So I'm just trying to pull the camera out now, and that is the end of the recording. There's just oxidization there. It does look like it's broken, but it actually isn't. It's just fat and stuff on the pipe. Could be a crack, hairline crack at the top of the pipe there, maybe. But the rest of the drain actually isn't too bad. There's a bit of a break there at the bottom of the pipe. The left hand side. Oh no, that's a leaf, sorry. I did pick that up on the way down saying it was a leaf, so. As you can see, the camera's coming back nice and smoothly, how it should. So your main problems are out towards the boundary fence. Approximately about 3 or 4 metres inside the boundary fence and about 3 or 4 metres after the boundary fence. So just quick pulling this back now because it looks like it's going to rain and it's starting to spit. So just trying to do it quick. Connection there is good. Okay, and then we come back to the toilet line, and that's the end of the recording. Any questions, 0800 Logjam, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you may have regarding this. If you are wanting it to be quoted, we will be able to do that as well. So thank you. This is Blair from Drain Doctor. Thank you.